everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a review video in which I will be reviewing the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. And while I review it, I will also be comparing it to the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which is the foundation that they launched previously, and that is actually a cult favorite. I know that. I have been using it for years. This is probably my third bottle, and I thought that this would be the right time to review this and actually give a comparison of which is better. So starting off with the foundation, it retails for 750 rupees for 30 ml of product, and it comes in a glass bottle. Yes, so I'm not sure how travel friendly this would be in case if you have to go out with it, if it can break obviously. And I have bought this foundation in the shade 310 Sun Beige, which is the same shade that I use in the Fit Me. So to begin with, let me just start with what claims this foundation has. It says that it is a full coverage foundation, long lasting wear, seamless matte finish. It's too tiny, I can't read it. Breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant, oil free, doesn't clog pores, and dermatologist tested. So we will obviously go through this entire claim and see which one are actually true and which one are not. But talking about the package, I really like the package. It looks pretty chic, and one of my favorite thing is that it has a pump, which obviously the Fit Me really missed out on. So you really have a good control over how much product you want. Talking about how much product you would want to use, one pump of this product actually is good for covering the entire face. Obviously the first layer, that is for me, and you can build it up of course if you would want. Honestly speaking, I would not suggest building it up because if you can see, this is actually pretty full coverage. I have a lot of blemish marks here, and even in the foundation comparison that I did, you could see that my blemishes weren't visible at all. So I believe that this is definitely full coverage. Talking about that it is really long lasting, I believe that it is, until unless you are of a really oily skin family, then you would need to have something to keep setting your face, because my face starts getting oily in 4 hours even with this foundation. So I need to have something with which I can set my face. It definitely does have a matte finish. I obviously had to set it because obviously, again, I'm repeating myself, I'm like I have really oily skin, but yes, this has an extremely matte finish. If you are of a normal to dry, I would not suggest this honestly, but if you have normal skin tone, you can actually go ahead without setting it as well. Now talking about the shade comparison, honestly speaking, if you can see my face, this side is Fit Me and this side is Super Stay, and I don't think that I can actually see a difference in the color shade. They both look exactly the same, which is 310 Sun Beige. Now this foundation does oxidizes, so if you can see, this is the swatch. This is Fit Me 310 Sun Beige, and this is Super Stay 310 Sun Beige again, and you can definitely see that this is way more darker than this. However, this does oxidize, and obviously now you can see that both the shades are similar. So keep in mind that if you do not know your Fit Me shade, when you are testing this out, this will be 1 or 2 shades darker than its actual final shade. So please keep that in mind. So now actually comparing both of these foundations. So I'll begin with using the Fit Me foundation on the left side of my face. I will not be going with a primer because I know that usually when a general person, even me, when we are going out, having makeup on, we kind of do not have a primer and stuff until unless you're like really going for a big function, or you have a good collection of makeup. As a regular person, you usually do not have primer. So I'm just be taking it on my foundation brush. Just building up the foundation for better coverage. I'm just cleaning the same brush a bit to remove all the Fit Me foundation that I have. Now for the other side, I'm taking the Maybelline Stay Matte foundation, and this is also in the shade 310 Sun Beige. So we'll see how similar or different they both actually are. So I'm taking one pump on my hand and taking the same brush. I think the color is almost the same for both the sides, but I've just used the foundation once, and I clearly see that the Stay Matte foundation has a bit more, way more coverage than the Fit Me one, because here, if you see, even after layering up the foundation, you can still see my blemishes peeking through. But here you can see that my skin is quite even toned, and also it is a really matte foundation, so I think I can even go ahead without setting it, which I obviously will for sure. I can see a lot of my pores here, so I think that I would prefer going in with a primer before using this foundation. Now let me try and layer it up a bit to see if it's buildable or not. Well, I believe that yes, you can layer it up, but the coverage in the first application in itself is so good that I don't think that you would need a second application, because I feel that when I layered it up, it became a little more cakey. Obviously, it will not feel skin-like anyways, but I think it definitely did give me a bit more coverage. But so I feel that there is not exactly a need of layering it up, and I think with one pump I was able to cover one side of my face twice, so I think that was really good. So I don't think you'll end up using a lot of product here. Now I'll just be going in with the concealer to see how the concealer fares with the foundation, and I'll be using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer in the shade C11. So I believe the concealer blended out pretty nicely and effortlessly on both the sides. I think it's compatible with other concealers as well. Now I'll quickly set my face with a loose powder. And honestly speaking, I don't think my skin needs any setting because the foundation is so matte. But because I have extremely oily skin, I always set my face, especially around my nose. And then whatever is left in my brush, I just dust it all over. Now let me just quickly finish the entire makeup and come back with the final review. So this is more of a medium to full coverage foundation. So this, you can build it up. However, no matter how much you build it up, it is not completely full coverage, but then this gives you a very natural, nice finish. It doesn't clog your pores, and this is really good for daily use as well. If you are one who likes to put foundation on daily basis. I honestly don't, but yes, this is a really good one for that. It's really natural on the skin, and its availability is also good. Now talking about the Stay Matte foundation, this definitely has a full-on coverage. Even in the first application, I would not suggest layering it up because it does start feeling cakey. I have definitely layered it up twice just to see how full coverage this is, and I have worn it before. I've already done a wear test of it, and I would say that it is pretty long lasting, but you definitely have to keep setting it. Talking about the texture, this the Fit Me is way more runny, and this is way more thick, obviously because this is a full coverage foundation. I would suggest that if you want to go for this foundation, you will have to invest in a primer, especially a pore filling primer, because this does enhance your pores. For me, what I feel is this is not good for everyday wear, because when I wore it a couple of times, I wore it for almost 2 to 3 days and I started breaking out after that. So it does clog my pores. That whenever you are using it, to use it with a primer so that it doesn't clog your pores, and it is not a daily wear foundation for sure. Apart from that, it has a good shade range of 28 shades, but that is international. Here in India, I think they have only 17 shades if I'm not wrong. I'm sure that Maybelline can bring all the entire range of colors to India as well, because we have a very diverse skin tone range. But apart from that, I really like this foundation. It is super matte, it is super long lasting, it is a very affordable full coverage foundation. If I compare both of these, the Superstay is actually an elder sister to the Fit Me, because Fit Me is like something that you can use on a daily basis, and this is something that you can use on that special occasion when you're partying or when you're going out or somewhere. So I think this is a really good buy for that. I have done a wear test of this foundation, and I will just be showing you the clips of how the foundation actually wore on me and how I felt about it, and I'll be just showing you the clips right now. Alright, so this is my first check-in. So I applied this foundation at around 1:30, and right now it's 2:45, so it's more than 1 hour now. So I haven't set this foundation. The only place that I have actually powdered is under my eyes. So if you can see around my nose, I believe that it is getting a little bit oily. And I did not use a primer as well, so I don't know if the camera is picking it up or not, but my pores are pretty much visible. Hi everyone, this is my second check-in. It is 5 o'clock now, so almost 2 hours have passed, and just wanted to show you how this foundation is faring. I think my entire T-zone has become completely oily right now, which I haven't set, of course, so I think this is the time that I will just set my face a bit with some compact powder. I'll just do that after this video, but I just wanted to shoot it before I set my face and show you how this foundation is faring till now. I'm not that mad at it, because obviously I haven't set it, and even without setting it, it's pretty decent. So yeah, this is what it looks right now. So this is my third and my last check-in, and it's almost 10 o'clock. And as you can see, my face is really oily, and I've just set it once after my last check-in. I powdered my entire face, and you can see there is no matteness at all on my skin. But if I had set it regularly, it is a pretty long lasting, because the coverage still remains the same, and I've just applied one layer of foundation. So now, just summarizing the entire review, I'll be talking about pros and cons. First things first, if you know your shade in the Fit Me, that will help you in choosing the shade for this one. This is a super matte foundation for normal skin type, and it is absolutely full coverage. It is very long lasting on your skin, and its availability is also really good. You can buy it online, you can go on any store, Maybelline store or any drugstore that you have around, and you can find this, and you can obviously do a shade test as well before you buy it, if you do not know your shade in the Fit Me range. This foundation does not have any SPF, so it will not give you any flashback as well, so which is really good for times that you want to go out for a function and get yourself clicked and everything. And it blends really well with the other concealers and all the other powder products on top of it, so it's really blendable as well. Now, talking about the cons, if you are of a really oily skin family, you would need something to set it, because I started getting oily. Talking about the shade, it does oxidizes a lot, so actually matching the foundation, give it some time so that it actually oxidizes and its actual shade, instead of just buying it on the spot. It did clog my pores, and it did give me breakouts. It's not good for everyday wear. It is only an occasional foundation, and you will have to use a primer if you have large pores, because it does emphasize on your large pores. So if you can see, you can really see all my pores here, so you will need a good primer for that. But honestly speaking, that is not, I would not say that it's the foundation's fault, because I have really large pores, and usually very rare foundation actually covers all your pores. Apart from that, I really like this foundation. I'm so glad I bought it, because this is a really good one for those occasions that you would want to have a full coverage, and it is definitely a good buy, and I would suggest it from my side as well. So yes, this was the review of the Superstay Full Coverage Foundation of Maybelline, and a fair comparison between both these foundations. I hope you like this video and I hope you like this review. It helped you in some way or the other. It did give a good comparison between the Indian cult favorite Fit Me and this new version that they've launched. If you have any other specific reviews that you would want me to do, please make sure to comment down below. And I hope you like this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel. It would mean the world to us. And make sure that you hit the like button, and please do share it with your friends and give us the support that we require. And until our next video, take care. Bye.